get going. All right, so this call is our summit preparation call. And I actually do have slides for you guys. I am attempting to step up my game here, guys, with our team calls, and I'm really excited about it because I really want these to be full of value for you guys. So here we go. Setting a strategy for summit. Actually, before we get into the first slide, why are we even setting a strategy for summit? Well, this all goes along with the idea, and I want you guys to get into this mindset and have this idea that you are the CEO of your own business. I'm not your boss. Your upline sponsor coach is not your boss. Carl Deichler is not your boss. You are an independent CEO of your own business. And having that mindset is going to change everything for you. You have to own this business. I don't know if you guys watch Shark Tank. I love that show. And there's another show called Beyond the Tank, which is kind of like after they get a deal, sort of the hardships that they have to go through. And you really see how these entrepreneurs have to invest so much of their life, their savings, some of them mortgage their homes. They own this business. Like they hustle for it. They have a dream, they have a vision, they have a goal, and they're fighters. They're fighting for it, and they're doing whatever it takes to make it a success. And I feel like in network marketing as a whole, not just Beachbody, but most network marketing, most people see it as a hobby. And that's fine. Some people, it is a hobby for them, and that's fine. But if you're in this to really build it as a business and to really have this be like a significant income source for you and your family, that doesn't happen by accident, and that doesn't happen unless you have a CEO mentality. And so part of having a CEO mentality is the foresight, looking ahead, seeing what's happening a couple months down the road, a couple weeks down the road, and putting together some strategies to help you maximize on the good and avoid some of the challenges and the pitfalls. So that's what I'm attempting to do with this call, is to help you so that every year when Summit comes around, it's just programmed in your mind. Okay, what's my strategy? What am I going to do? This event is happening. How am I going to maximize on it? How am I going to, and not just with Summit, every product that launches, when there's a new product launch, you should have a strategy for how you're going to talk about it, how you're going to promote it. Are you going to promote it? Are you not? Does it align with your brand? Does it not? You don't have to promote every single program that launches. I personally don't even have 22-minute hardcore. I look forward to getting it in the future, but I was 20-something weeks pregnant when it launched, and I just knew it just doesn't align with me and where I'm at, and this is my business. Beachbody is sort of like over me. They provide the products. They provide a lot of the heavy lifting, let's be honest, but this is still my business at the end of the day, and I have to know how to best run it for me. And so I'm really excited to have this call, not only for the content that I'm going to give you, but to also help you get into that CEO mindset and really think of this business as your business. Start to own it and start to get a strategy and start to think through, what's coming up in a couple of weeks? What's coming up in a couple of months? What should I do now to get myself ready for that? And I'll admit, I am not good at this in and of myself. I've had to work very hard, and I've had to learn from a lot of mistakes. Product launch is coming, and I'm like a week before, like, oh, I guess I should talk about this. So, if you're not great at it, that's fine. You can grow. And so let's get going. So let's get started. So what is Summit? Summit it's taking place this year, July 28th through the 31st in Nashville. We had it there last year. It's a gathering of coaches. We will be having 25,000 plus coaches gathering in Nashville this year. That I think it's going to be a lot more than 25,000 actually. So it's definitely the place to be. It's the biggest gathering of coaches that we have in Beachbody. This is our biggest event. It's going to be basically consisting of general sessions with entrepreneurial leaders. So this year they're going to have Gary Vaynerchuk, which I've talked about him a couple times in our team calls. He is a great, just great communicator, just really inspirational guy, an entrepreneur himself. He's not a part of a multi-level marketing company. He's not a part of Beachbody. Last year they had Simon Sinek, who is a leading thinker and expert on leadership. And so a lot of these, the general sessions they bring in like the cream of the crop when it comes to entrepreneurial leaders in the world and in our country today. And so you're really getting amazing, amazing training from an outsider of Beachbody, which is really cool. It's just a fresh perspective. I found those general sessions to be personally, like I was not expecting to be so personally affected as I was. I was thinking, oh, this is for my business. What am I going to learn from my business? And it was more about, no, Vanessa, this is for you and you growing as a person. And of course, my business grew when I grew because they're connected. So the general sessions are fantastic. There will be some top coaches who also speak in the general sessions, but they're not the keynotes. The keynotes are outside of Beachbody, just some top leaders and entrepreneurs. Then in addition to your general sessions, there are workshops, and those are with some of the top coaches. Those are going to be very specific to Beachbody coaching. Those are exciting. If you didn't get the workshop that you wanted, they typically have them recorded, and so you can watch and rewatch some of these workshops. They're just so practical. I mean, they're going to talk about how to hit Success Club. They're going to talk about how to recruit coaches. They're going to share with you very practical, like, take notes. I mean, guys, if you're going, bring a notepad or a laptop or something to take extensive notes. I could not write fast enough. Most people just took, their phones out and took pictures of the PowerPoint presentation slides because there's just so much great information in these workshops. You do not want to miss out on those. And then the next thing, there's workouts with the celebrity trainers, Tony Horton, Sean T, Shalene, Autumn, Sagi, all the trainers are going to be there. You're going to have the opportunity to work out with them. And then there's going to be team building time. I'm going to be hosting a breakfast on Sunday morning. There's also going to be just tons of time to catch lunch or breakfast with other teammates. Maybe you will be rooming with some teammates. It's a great, great team building time. There is downtime to sit around and just talk shop and talk about our businesses and get ideas from other coaches and really just get FaceTime with each other, which it is just invaluable. It really brings you closer together as a team. And, you build these relationships that then later on down the road, you don't feel weird to send somebody a message or ask them to run a group with you or whatever. You've got these relationships that have been built during the summit time. So what else happens at Summit? Really exciting things. New products launch this year. Country Heat, which is the line dancing workout with Autumn, is going to actually be launching. You will be able to get your hands on this program. They have a huge shopping experience, I guess you could call it, called the Core. And you will be able to get your hands on the program before anyone else does. Even if someone were to order it express shipping, they would not get it before you. You would get it in person. You would get to do, a lot of coaches did a video of them unboxing it, and they showed it on their Facebook page. You get the perks of getting these products before anyone else firsthand. And that's really exciting. That really gives just this buzz, right? Like everybody wants to know, like, what is in the box? How does it look? What kind of workouts are there? And it creates this excitement. So I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself here, but if Country Heat is something that you want to promote, okay, for last year, it was Size. Size was the program launching at Summit. And I knew that I wanted to promote Size hardcore. I knew in my soul that this was going to be a program that I would love and that I would be passionate about. And you guys, professionals lead with passion, not product. So if you know that you're going to be passionate about something, go with that. Don't just go with it because it's the newest product. People can see through that. They can tell if you're not passionate and you're going to waste your time. So if you're excited about this, if you feel like your demographic would be excited about this, definitely promote it. But here's what I did. I created a group and I created an event before I left for Summit, basically counting down to the launch day when I was going to be able to go and get my hands on the Size program. And so I posted, Beachbody's always going to come out with YouTube videos interviewing Autumn. For me, it was Shanti with Size. Sample workouts on Beachbody on Demand. So I did a video of me doing one of the sample workouts. Every day I had a little bit of information about the program, and people would join the group and they were excited and they wanted to see it live when it launched. So create that buzz. If Country Heat is something that you want to promote, you've got to think ahead and start talking about how excited you are about it, create that event, have an idea of what kind of things you're going to post. You don't have to come up with all the content. Beachbody comes up with a ton, but just, watch it and say, yeah, this is good, and then throw it into your event. So that's definitely something to think about because that's going to launch at Summit. Also, live certifications take place. So you can become a certified instructor in many of the Beachbody programs. Insanity, P90X, PiYo, Size, and Country Heat is the newest one. You can sign up for that on the Beachbody Live website if that's something you're interested in doing. They do give you all the resources you need that you could just go to a gym, say, hey, I'm certified to teach this. Do you have a time slot for me or whatever? I did get Size certified and it was great. It was another way to kind of add excitement to my group for when Size launched. I personally never taught Size. Just with getting pregnant and all the other things on my plate, I realized, this is not a priority for me right now. This is not where I want to focus my energies and my time, but I don't regret getting certified. It was an unbelievable experience. And I think it is something that I may go back to in the future, maybe when I'm out of this season of, diapers and newborns. So that's something that you can think about. Usually they happen the day before Summit, so the Wednesday before. So you'd have to come into town a little early. But definitely, if that's something that you think might be kind of cool for you, check that out. Because if you're already going to be there, why not? Why not get a certification? Also, new programs are announced at Summit. So last year they announced Hammer and Chisel, and we had no idea that they were going to announce that. We had no idea that that was in the works. And then, of course, Hammer and Chisel actually launched in December, but they give the kind of let the cat out of the bag at Summit, and that is super exciting. They also announced the Performance line last year. They announced the Shakeology boosts last year. And we were able to get all of those things first at the core. So I don't know what they're going to announce. They keep that very lock and key, but it's really cool to be there and to hear all this exciting news and all these exciting products that they've got working on right now. They'll also do interviews with trainers and product development. They did interviews with the creator of Shakeology and all of the other trainers and stuff. And then, of course, celebrations and parties. There are parties going on all over the place. There's the Success Club party, which if you hit Success Club 5 in May, you still have a chance to go to the Success Club party as long as you get at least 15 points between May and June. So you've got to hit Success Club 5 at least in May and June and have a total cumulative of 15 points from both months. So I know a lot of people at first, they were saying you had to hit Success Club 10 in May and June, but they changed that. So if you did not hit 10, you still have a chance. You just got to make sure you've got at least 15 points between those 2 months. And so that's really awesome. The parties, again, they do them right. I mean, the food was incredible. They had like stilt walkers, like just crazy stuff. And you're just like, is this for real? But it's really, really fun. All right, so how should I prepare if I am going? If you're not going, the next slide is for you. But first, let me talk to the people who are going, and let's get into how you should prepare. So I would say start talking about it now. You don't have to talk about it every single day. But if you've got a countdown, talk about the countdown. How many days until Summit? If you go shopping for some new clothes for Summit, cowboy boots, I don't know. It's going to be in Nashville, so who knows? Share about that. Share about the fact that you are working towards this exclusive party at Summit. Share about how excited you are to see your success partners or your team, whatever. Just sprinkle it in to your conversation. Let people know that this is something you're really excited about and that this is something that you're looking forward to. Because honestly, I was talking about this with some other leaders in our team. Probably one of the biggest things that Beachbody has going for it that I don't think any other network marketing company has is our community. It's our sisterhood. It's our connectedness. It's our relationship with one another. This is an extremely unique component of Beachbody. And it's also something that I feel like a lot of us have felt missing in our lives. To be a part of a team, right? I mean, how many of us had that in high school or in college, being a part of a sorority or a team or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're an adult, you graduate, you're on your own, and you're just like, how do I make friends? Like, how do I find my people who I click with? Like, this is something that a lot of people just struggle with, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom and you just barely get out of the house. This community and sisterhood is a huge component of who we are as Beachbody, and Summit is a big part of that. And so I would encourage you to just talk about that community, and you just have no idea how appealing that is to other people to want to join into not just a business but a family, and you're really going to feel how much of a family that Beachbody is. I mean, the CEO, Carl Deichler, and his kind of group, a leadership staff, guys, they are hilarious. Last year, Carl Deichler came out in a giant starfish suit. Like, he literally walked out onto the stage dressed as a giant starfish. They're great. It really does feel like a family. We have a lot of fun. So that is the first thing that I would encourage you to start talking about it now. The second thing is start building up your affinity so that people who you think would be a good fit for your team will see your posts. What am I talking about here? So on Facebook, there is something called Affinity. Facebook actually tracks who you interact with. And because of that, they curate your Facebook feed. You're only seeing things on your Facebook feed that are either insanely popular and have gotten a gazillion likes, or are coming from people that you interact with regularly. So anytime my sister posts anything, I like it or I comment on it. So I see pretty much all of her posts because Facebook they're kind of smart. They're saying, hey, I think these two girls have some sort of affinity here. They like seeing each other's stuff. So your job, part of your job is I would encourage you to make a list of 30 to 50 people who you think would just be amazing coaches. You like them. You think they have good energy. You think they're just good people. You want to work with them, okay? And step one is to start creating affinity with them. Go to their page. like their stuff, comment on their stuff, send them a message just about whatever, nothing Beachbody. Hey, where did you get that dress? It was so cute. Hey, who did the cake for your daughter's birthday party? I loved it. Whatever it is that you can talk with them about or interact with them about, just start being interactive with their posts and with their Facebook page. That is going to create affinity. So not only is Facebook going to start posting more of their stuff on your feed, but vice versa. They're going to start posting more of your posts on their feed. And that's what you want. You want people who you feel like would be a good fit for your team to start seeing your posts, so that when Summit rolls around, they're seeing everything. Like, they are seeing you working out with Tony. They're seeing you at a Success Club party. They're seeing you in Nashville with a bunch of friends all sweaty on Broadway. The very last morning of Summit, we literally shut down Broadway, which is the big street there in Nashville, and we do a workout. We broke the Guinness Book of World Records with how many people did a live workout at the same time last year. So we'll probably break it again this year. They're going to see all of that. It's going to make them super curious and interested in what you're doing. But you've got to build up the affinity first. Otherwise, all your posts about Summit, they're not going to see it. They're not going to even know what's going on with you. So that is something that you should be mindful of. Real quick, I wasn't planning on doing this, but let me show you real quick. Sorry, I just got back my maternity photos. Hey. Okay, so here's how I set up my affinity, all right? So I go to my home on my Facebook page, and you can actually create your own sort of news feed, I suppose. So if you go to Friends here and you click on More, you can create a list. So let's say you make it your Summit Dream Team list. All right? Summit Dream Team. You can type in the names of whoever you want. I'm going to type in Melinda Bush. That's my sister. So you can type in all those 30 to 50 people and add them to this Summit Dream Team list. I'm not going to do that because I've already created my own team. I've got a dream team, and I've also got, back when it was the Team Cup, and I've just kept it that name, Team Cup people. So when I click on Team Cup people, this news feed literally only has posts from my dream team, the people who I really want to work with and reach. So I go to this newsfeed, a specific customized newsfeed full of people that I want to be interacting with, grow my affinity with. And I pretty much like almost everything because I want to grow my affinity. And if I think it's hilarious, I'll post a little comment as well, or I'll send them a message saying, hey, oh my gosh, your daughter is so adorable and I like it. And I'll send her, how's it going? What are you guys up to? What are you doing this summer? So that's a great way for you to keep yourself organized. And now you can see here under Friends, Team Cup people, I just click that and I'm in a custom newsfeed of people I want to grow affinity with. This also keeps me from getting distracted on my big giant newsfeed that has like a gazillion things. And maybe half of them are Beachbody coaches also already. And it's like, I don't want to grow my affinity with Beachbody coaches. I want to reach new people. So that's what this custom list does for me. It gives me a place where I can just go and like and interact and grow my affinity with the people that I want to reach. So that's a really cool hack that you can do on Facebook to, be connecting with those strategic people that you're like, man, they'd be so good. How do I start reaching them? How do I start getting in front of their eyes and in their heads about Beachbody? Because, only 10% really of your network sees your posts, guys. You realize that? Only 10%. If you have 1,000 friends, 100 people are seeing your posts. That's 900 people who are not. So get strategic. Grow your affinity with people that you want to reach. Start building up interactions with them. comment on their stuff, like their stuff, send them messages. Then your stuff will get in front of their eyes. It's a give and take. Okay, so then what else should you do? You should get educated on Country Heat. In the Coach Online office, you're going to find tons of breaking news on Country Heat, when it launches, how much the challenge pack is going to be. I mean, again, you're the CEO. I will try to provide as much information as I can on our team page, but you're the CEO of your business. So it's up to you to figure out what Country Heat is all about. When are the sample workouts coming on Beachbody On Demand? When can I get them in? When can I try it out? Just all that fun stuff. Get educated. Who is this for? People want to know when a new program comes out, is this for me? Is this something I would enjoy? Is this something I would be able to do? Is this something that would actually help me lose weight? Think about what a complete stranger to Beachbody, what kind of questions would they have? And maybe that's a video or a blog post that you can make, because they may have those questions floating on in their mind, but they're just going to keep on scrolling. They're not going to stop and take the time and send you a message, right? They're just going to, oh, Country Heat, I wonder if I would like that program. Scroll, scroll. Oh, look at that cute dog. Scroll, scroll. Like, it's just a blip on their radar screen unless you take the time to say, Country Heat, is it for you? Read this blog post. Oh, yeah, I was wondering if it was for me. Click, and then they can read the blog post. Or Country Heat, how could you possibly lose weight line dancing? Watch this video. Oh yeah, I am curious how I could lose weight just line dancing. Watch video. So you have to anticipate the questions, educate yourself, and then provide value, provide that content, provide that information to people. Because once they hear, oh, it's got a container system with it. Oh, so losing weight is 80% diet and only 20% workouts. Oh, so even if I don't know how to dance, I can still do this because it's just stepping. Oh, okay. All of a sudden their interest is piqued. All of a sudden they kind of want it. They kind of want to try it out. But then they probably still won't unless you send them a personal invite. Hey, I'm doing a test group for Country Heat. Do you want to be in my event for when it launches? I'm going to share exactly what's in the box. I'm going to share all this stuff. Oh yeah, I kind of do want that. Okay, yeah, put me in the group. You see how it's like connecting dots little by little. You're building interest, you're building value, you're building that relationship. And it takes thinking ahead. So a couple weeks back, you've taken the first step to educate yourself. Then you can create content that will help educate others. And then the last thing, if you're going to Summit, understand that this is a business trip and it will add momentum to your business. I know a lot of you guys, and I know this was me last year, you're bunking with 1 million people to save money. You're spending money on a flight. Maybe you're getting certified, the food while you're there. Maybe you're going to buy a few outfits for the parties, whatever. And the price can start to add up and you can start to think, oh my gosh, should I really even go? Like, is this even worth it? And one thing that I just had to stop myself and say last year is, okay, my husband's a teacher, right? And when teachers have a teacher conference or an AP conference, like, he goes because that's his job. That's, it's not like, again, it's just that mentality of, is this a hobby or is this a business, right? If you're a whatever, and there's a trade show or there's a training or there's a conference, like, you just go because that's your job, and you're not going to be good at your job if you don't get trained. You're not going to be good at your job if you don't build relationships with people who are a little bit higher up than you and start to learn from them. You're not going to be good at your job if the biggest conference in all of Beachbody is taking place and you're just like, I'm not going to go. And I understand, not for everyone is it possible because of financial reasons or whatever, but have it in your mind. This is a business trip. This is me investing back into my business. And this business requires such a small investment, $40 to become a coach. Do you know LuLaRoe? I don't know if you guys have seen LuLaRoe, the legging company. Do you know how much it costs to get started as a LuLaRoe rep? $5,000 initial investment to get started as a LuLaRoe rep. So our $40 coach fee, like we invest so little into this business. And I think as entrepreneurs, you have to have that, like, you've got to invest at some point. And think of this trip. Yes, it's going to be a blast. Yes, it's going to be like, you're going to get training and all this stuff, but it's a business trip. We are business women. We are running a business, and every business has trainings that you have to invest. I mean, most professions, you need a 4-year degree, and that's way more than the $5,000 LuLaRoe investment. That's $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. So, you know, it just hit me last year when I was like freaking out about the cost. And I was like, you know what? What have I invested in this business? This is me growing myself. This is me growing legitimacy in what I'm doing. I go to Summit because I am a Beachbody coach and I want to be a good one. And so hopefully that helps you if you were struggling at all like I was last year. Okay, so what if you're not going to Summit? How do you prepare for not going to this event? Well, here's the thing. It's happening with or without you. It's going to be a big deal, and you should definitely be aware of what's going on and share as you can. So first, educate yourself on the new program launching. The new program is launching with or without Summit. It's launching. You should know about it. Again, just the same thing that I was talking about before. Create a launch party maybe, or do the sample workouts, start talking about it, answer questions people might have. That whole thing that I just said, you can do even if you're not going to Summit, even if you're not getting your hands on it right in the core. You're still a Beachbody coach, a new program is coming out, and you can capitalize on that momentum by educating yourself and starting to think through how you're going to promote this program. You can also talk about the Success Club party that you could have earned. I know a lot of other coaches on our team last year had the Success Club points to go to the party. And obviously they weren't at Summit, so they weren't able to go, but you better believe they were snagging pictures. They were showing how cool this party is and how they earned it, because they did. And how much they love that this company spoils us for having such, basic success. I mean, hitting Success Club 5, hitting Success Club 10. You don't have to be a top 10 coach to do that, and yet the company still rewards and really pours into those coaches. So talk about that. Normally, they will have a live broadcast of the opening and the closing ceremonies, I guess, for lack of a better word, of Summit. And that is where they announce those new products that I was talking about. And that's where they, do a whole launch. Last year with Size, they had like Carl Deichler and all the other guys doing a Size routine. It was hilarious. And so be on that live broadcast, like set aside that time if you can and watch the live broadcast and talk about the new launches as if you were there, right? You can still talk about them. You can still be like, oh my gosh, they're launching a performance line. This is crazy. This is so cool. It's developed by a guy from Harvard. I can't wait to try it. Like that was last year, obviously, but this year, whatever it is, if it excites you, be on that live broadcast and share about it. Share that passion. And then the next thing you can do, just so crucial, attend the next Super Saturday. It's going to be happening right after Summit. So Summit ends July 31st. And the weekend of August 6th and 7th, every city kind of has their own. Some do it Sunday, some do it Saturday, some do it Friday. But somewhere in that weekend, you'll have to go on the website and see in your area, where is it going to happen? They're going to have a Super Saturday. And everyone who comes to that Super Saturday, probably about half of the people are just getting back from Summit. So go to that Super Saturday. Catch that energy. They're going to talk about the launches and all the new announcements in a little more detail at the Super Saturday. Rub shoulders, get into that community of Super Saturdays. Every time I go to a Super Saturday, like I'm always kind of like, oh man, Super Saturday, like it's gonna take up like half of my Saturday, whatever. But I come back so jazzed, so envisioned, so excited about what I get to do as a coach. Super Saturdays are also awesome to invite like potential coaches who aren't coaches yet but are kind of curious. Again, it's that community that we have as Beachbody coaches that is so unique, and having something to invite people to where they can feel the energy and they can do the live workout and they can talk to other coaches and they can hear success stories and all the new products. There's just something about it that is incredibly just catching. And so definitely, if you're not going to Summit, go to the Super Saturday right afterwards. It'll be like a mini summit for you to enjoy. All right, so in preparation for Summit, I have a 4-day practical training that will be actions oriented. So this is not like training up here. This is like, all right, today, here's what you need to do, because action is what moves our businesses forward, not information. We need information, but it's the action that moves our business forward. So this is going to be a 4-day practical training. I'm going to give you assignments to do every single day. I will not be policing you or checking up on you if you've done them. Again, you're the CEO. This is your business. But if you struggle with like, well, how do I, like growing your Affinity, for example, I kind of gave that one away already. That's one of the actions that I'm going to have you do in our 4-day practical training. Make that list, set it up on Facebook, start building your Affinity with your ideal people. So it's going to be a lot of like really practical, just action steps that you can take every single day for 4 days. We're going to do this every other week leading up to Summit. So it'll be the exact same activities every 4 days. Maybe we'll do like a Thursday through a Sunday or whatever. I'll have to pick the days. But we're going to do it every other week until leading up to Summit. And that's just going to be like those 4 days. It's like a little momentum push, right? So we're going to just be like a little, and then you go back to your 3 vitals. And then, 2 weeks later, a little momentum push, and then go back to your 3 vitals. And so it won't burn you out, but it will just add this, like, I don't know, like this added focus and just a few extra activities that can really just kind of make things start to happen for you, so that when Summit comes, you've been sort of getting that running start, right? I've been watching a bunch of like Olympic stuff with my kids from the past Olympics, getting them ready, because we're big like Olympics nerds here in this house. So the relay races, right? The person who's getting the baton kind of like starts running before they get the baton, and then they just take off. So think of this as like, you're kind of like getting started. You're kind of getting the wheels greased. You're kind of like starting to move. So once that wave comes, you've already got some forward motion. You're not going from a standstill to like running. You've got to get a little bit of time in between. So that is what I will be leading you guys through from now till Summit. And that'll just be, I think I'm just going to do it, honestly, on our team page. I think everyone can benefit from this. I mean, maybe that's going to just cloudy up our team page. I got to think through this, but I just think, like, who could not benefit from these actions? They're going to be so clear cut. They're going to be so focused. And I think they're really just going to help us all to just get like this little burst of energy every other week. And if you want to keep doing it after Summit, feel free. These are great activities to just continue to carry on into your business from now till the end of time. So that is our team call for tonight. I hope that you found that helpful. I saw that there was a few comments here. Let me see. Yeah. So Gabby was asking about the list. Do they pop up on my phone, that strategic list that I have of friends? You know what? Let me check. Let me check right now. You know what? I don't think so. Let me see. I don't see it, but I will, I just took 2 seconds to look. I'll check it out and see, because yeah, that would be really, that would be really helpful. But sometimes if I'm just like really tired at the end of the night and I'm just like, I should like make a few more connections with people, I'll just get on my laptop and I'll just scroll through, and clicking like, making comments, it's like the easiest thing in the world. So that helps me out a lot. Shelby already answered it for me. Thank you, Shelby. Great. I'm glad you guys have already been doing this. Yeah, because it does feel like when you have a lot of coaches on your newsfeed that everybody's a coach and you can't like find your people that you want to connect with. So Alicia's asking if we should do the live launch group, even if we don't feel like Country Heat is exactly our target market. That is really up to you. I personally am not going to do a huge Country Heat push. I live in Miami. Most of my friends are Hispanic. We don't do country music. I tried a sample workout. Well, I shouldn't say tried, because I stopped after like 5 or 10 minutes. It just wasn't clicking for me. I know it gets better after the first couple minutes, but my kids were doing it with me and they were like, we're bored. And I was like, yeah, me too. So I just turned it off. But I am going to talk about it and I am going to educate myself on it. And I probably will do either a blog post or a video just answering some basic questions, because I have gotten several people come back to me from size saying that it was too much for them. It was too complex. They couldn't keep up. And so I know that Country Heat could be great for those people. So I want to make sure that, I'm thinking about my audience, not just do I like it, but at the same time, I can't fake passion for something that I don't love. So that is really a judgment call that you're going to have to make. But I would definitely say at a bare minimum, you should know about the program and, be somewhat educated on it and how it works, because you never know. Sometimes you're talking with someone and you're like, you know what? I think Country Heat might be perfect for this person. And if you have no clue about it, you're going to have a hard time really identifying that this could be a great program for them. But you don't have to go all out and do a launch party and do a whole unboxing. That's up to you. That's totally up to you. Okay, so I think those are all the questions. If anybody has any more, feel free to